some weird stuff's going on with Amiibo, and I don't know quite what the deal is. I did the Sora Amiibo video, I don't know, about a month and a half ago-ish, where I said that the Sora Amiibo was probably coming because a retailer who had been credible on several other occasions had said he was coming. This Amiibo restock that just happened at the end of August, just like that retailer ArtSwift said, just happened, boosting ArtSwift's credibility, okay? But there's a kind of an odd catch, okay? That's a retailer in France, by the way. So this, and this is from My Nintendo News, as you can probably tell by the horribly ugly website. Mine looks way better. This is the old Amiibo packaging. If you still have a new in-box Amiibo, I have a couple. I think I have a Banjo I never opened. This is probably what it'll look like, right? This is the originals, and I think the Kirby never got a reprint that I'm aware of, but the Smash Ultimate Amiibo have like the Switch on it, right? But this is basic idea that this will have console information. Oh yeah, it'll have the Switch, right? This is the new one. You can use Amiibo with compatible software. There's a couple ways to interpret that. First is that, well, no duh, you can use Amiibo with compatible software. It doesn't really say anything, right? But then also, somebody plugged in, this is in CCAS, the Amiibo trainer server, Jster plugged it into DeepL. Now DeepL, the translation service, is really, really good. I mentioned in the documentary that we used to talk with Japanese Amiibo trainers, and we did that through DeepL because it was spot on. I mean, they understood exactly, it was like native language to them, right? So, Jster translated it, this is the text at the top, right? And running it through DeepL gave him this quote: "The Amiibo of the fighters that will be competing in Nintendo Switch's Super Smash Bros. Special and have yet to be released are scheduled to be released sequentially in the future." A couple of notes. First, Super Smash Bros. Special, as you can see in my comment down here, that's Ultimate, right? They call it Special in Japan because Japanime insists that they have a lot of different words for things. But this phrase right here, and have yet to be released, are scheduled to be released sequentially in the future, okay? So I don't know how to interpret that. What do you mean, the fighters that will be competing and have yet to be released? This sounds like there's Amiibo of fighters coming that haven't been released. Now, obviously, that sounds like Sora. Okay, let me switch over to my proper camera view here. Obviously, like, okay, Sora, fair enough, right? But fighters is plural in that. Now, obviously, we got to give some room for Japanese translation, right? It could be singular, but that is a really weird place to announce the Sora Amiibo. On the back of the Amiibo restock packaging. So I don't think that means what I think that means. I also don't know why my camera just got blurry. Sorry about that. Somebody's cross-eyed somewhere. He's like, I can't see Doc clearly, and then it just clears up right away. I honestly don't know what that means. I couldn't tell you for the life of me. And DeepL is a really, really good translation service, right? It's machine learning. I mean, it's been just it's industry standard, has been for a couple years now. And so it's an accurate translation as far as anyone could reasonably tell. So, like, is it saying that there's more reprints coming and that they're going to, like, reprint them like the Ultimate Series Amiibo, just in the order that they're originally printed? Because that would make sense. ArtSwift said there was going to be Joker, right? And I believe the ones that we saw in that... Actually, I guess it didn't show us which ones were restocked. I'll have to pull up a list, but the ones that we saw in the My Nintendo News banner, at least, was Ken, Young Link, and whatever else. And if those were the ones that were restocked, that would make sense. But I don't have an exact info on who is being restocked, only that the restocks have happened. Different info is coming from different countries. But it would be weird. It would make sense if they restocked all of the Smash Ultimate specific Amiibo. I get that. And it would make perfect sense for them to restock all of the regular Smash Amiibo as well. That's just a really weird place to announce it. And then zooming out a bit more, outside of Smash, there's all these rumors about, the Switch 2 in 2024. And yeah, we've kind of had, like, Switch 2 rumors since Switch 1 was a thing, so that doesn't really matter. But the Switch is 7 years old now, right? Like, the Wii was 7 years old when the Wii U became a thing, right? I think it was like, what, 2007 to 2014, something like that? I was in middle school at the time. So, saying that it's time for a new Switch or a new Nintendo console is a valid statement, frankly. And I don't really see a way around that. So the question is, like, you know, Mario Kart 8 is getting DLC, okay? We still have villagers in Animal Crossing that don't have Amiibo, right? And the last time we had those was like the Sanrio ones and a couple others, and they got the Series 5 cards, right? Tears of the Kingdom just came out, and it has Amiibo, right? Smash it's been like, I don't know, 2 years since the end of DLC-ish, give or take. I've been in law school, my sense of time is messed up, but it's been a while, but that's done, right? So, where do we stand with Amiibo? Like, are we getting restocks for 5-year-old games? What's the deal here? To complicate things, Nintendo just had, today, their first official Amiibo tournament, like, in person. The Amiibo tag tournament doesn't count. It's still cool, though. But, like, they had the first official one in person. And we'll actually have a separate video on that, because an Amiibo Doctor fan won that, and I'm just bursting with joy and pride. But, like, it's been 5 years since this game came out, and they're just now like, hey, we could make some money selling Amiibo. Like, what is going on with Nintendo and Amiibo right now? I don't understand it. And I'm sure there's other things that I'm not thinking of. Something, I think there's like Xenoblade 3 Amiibo that are announced, but no release date, and we've known about them for like months. There was the weird stuff with like the Zelda and Ganon Tears of the Kingdom Amiibo, that they were like in the game's data at launch. Kind of a similar situation with the DLC fighters in Smash, right? Where like the Amiibo bins were in the data when the DLC fighters got patched in, but we didn't actually get the characters or the Amiibo for a while. But it's just really bizarre. And it's also weird because some games that like really heavily featured Amiibo on the Wii U, like Mario Maker, didn't, and I think Pikmin 3 as well, right? I guess Pikmin 3 didn't heavily feature it, but there was Amiibo functionality, wasn't there? I could be wrong. Or maybe it was Hey Pikmin. But these Wii U and 3DS games that had Amiibo, their sequels and remasters and ports and just money grabs, didn't have Amiibo. And so, like, I don't know, I guess, where do we stand with this thing, Nintendo? Like, what's the deal here? You know? It's kind of, I don't know what to make of it, frankly. So, your thoughts, please leave a comment, give me your thoughts on the broader picture, on Sora and on the restocks and on the broader picture. I think the fact that we got restocks, and we got them pretty much when they said that we were going to get them, is lends a tremendous amount of credibility. You know, it's hard to get predictions like this correct, right? So, as far as I'm concerned, look, I said it last summer. I said it in summer of 2022 that we're getting the Sora Amiibo in 2024, right? And I'm sticking to that, you know? This hasn't changed. I am getting like slightly nervous that we're getting closer to 2024, but like 2024 does not end for 16 months, 15 months and 3 weeks. So like, you know, I'm not worried about that so much. It is weird that we haven't heard anything, but they could have like not even started plans to manufacture it and still have him out by the end of 2024. So I'm not that worried about it. But it is weird that we've waited this long, I'll admit. So, and if they were going to announce the Sora Amiibo, the Amiibo tournament would have been like the great place to do that. And so if you're a critic of the theory that we're going to get Sora, or if you're just like being cynical and ruining people's day, then like, hey, there's a point for you, man. I'll concede that point. That's fair that it's weird that they didn't announce that. But anyway, give me your thoughts. Give them to me. All right, whatever.